Okay, everybody, hello. Very nice to meet you, to see you all, to see you all. Thanks for coming. We are here for yet another talk series event. We have been doing this for quite some years, since 2007, together with Reykjavík Art Museum here, and then we have the Iceland University of the Arts, and also the Icelandic Center for the Arts. So these three parties have been collaborating on these series for many years. We have a fresh breeze from abroad coming to Iceland with visiting the art students, with going through the art scene, visiting studios and galleries and museums. And then the grand finale is the public talk here at Reykjavík Art Museum tonight. And we are very happy to have you here, the artist from France, Fabrice Hyber. You are our second guest of the year. We had in February a visit from Germany, Sabeth Buchmann, and we continue with you, and we look very much forward to your talk. Thanks for being with us. Your talk is called Our Body is Our Land, and as I understand it, you will be going more or less over your career.
A little bit.
A little bit.
A small part.
Exactly. So we will at least get a very good image of what you're up to, okay, which is fascinating. Okay. Fabrice is a very well-known artist from France. He was awarded the Golden Lion after having exhibited in the Venice Biennial in 1997. And he became a member of the Académie Française in 2018.
Académie des Beaux-Arts.
Ah oui.
Ouais, c'est pas pareil.
Merci. Voilà, Académie des Beaux-Arts. And he was appointed ambassador for forests by the National Forest Office in 2021. That's a very curious case. And chairman of the board of Centre National des Arts Plastiques, CNAP, in 2022. So there's a lot of things to dive into. Just a couple of practicalities. I'd like to tell you that we have a pop-up bar up on the second floor, Lady Brewery, if you want to grab a drink. And we also wanted to thank you kindly, the French ambassador and the Embassy of France here in Iceland, for helping us having France over here to Iceland, having Fabrice over to Iceland. It's really fantastic. Thank you very much for the collaboration. And I think that's about it. We'll have a talk, and then afterwards the possibility to have some questions. So let's just hand it over to you, Fabrice. Voila.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you very much, Marcus. And I try to explain you the origin of my work a little bit, because when I visiting Iceland some years ago, I thought that it was the beginning of the life here, something like that. And, but you don't know anything about that. And I thought that there's under the stone or inside of the island there is something like that. And I want to share this moment of my life when I decided to be an artist. And first thing, it was at first I did a study of mathematics. When I was young, I liked mathematics and physics, and I decided to do that. And one day I discovered art piece in a museum of Les Sables d'Olonne in the west of France. And this museum was the first museum of modern art, contemporary art in France, with Grenoble. And there is a collection of Gaston Chessac and support surface and minimal art too. And it was very strange because we didn't know that when I was young. It was in 60s, 70s, and it's the beginning of 70s. And it was a very strong moment. And after I decided, and I saw, when I was 16 years old, I saw the first year of Beaubourg, Centre Georges Pompidou, and I saw in the museum, sculpture of Joseph Beuys, sponge of Yves Klein, painting of Picabia, something like that. And when I saw that, I was, wow. I didn't have words to explain what is about. And I decided at that time to be an artist, because it was the only things I can do. It's to go through, to invent my own life. And for that, I try to find the beginning of that. And when I look at me and I look at my body to sound, and I thought that the beginning is when I move a little bit my finger on the other finger like that, you see? put like that, and I began to draw that. And I did these drawings. It's the first time I show that. And it's drawings. It's very simple drawings. It's very, comment dire, very. It's a long process. I decided at that time to do all. What can I do to draw without look at it, just the memory. And I decided to learn from myself the way to draw my mind. Okay. And after I did a lot of exercise, and I did in 1981 the series of drawings. It was 140 drawings during a long night, 11th of November, and it was a full moon. And I was in the valley because I was born in the France, in the Vendée, in the southwest, north of the southwest, and it's a place where there is my parents have sheep and my grandparents have horses, and I saw all the life in this valley, and I wanted to do something with that. And I read a lot about philosophy and poet, and I decided to draw the moon. And this is two of the drawings I can show you. And it was too much drawings during all the night, and I did this exercise to do all the things. What can I do with the drawings? Okay, it was a big process, and since that I never stopped to draw because I want. And now I'm a little bit older, and I try to. I know how to do exactly what is in my mind directly. Very, very strong. And these drawings, I never show this drawing because it's around 200 meters long, and it's difficult to show it, but it's something like that. And at the same moment I did this painting. It was 1 meter square of lipstick, and I decided to make this painting because I wanted to calculate the beauty. The lipstick is something like something of the beauty, something like that. Imagine that, and I decided to make a painting with lipstick. And when I did that, it was I didn't have money, and I asked for a company of shop for cosmetic, and she said me she don't know how many lipstick we need to make a 1 meter square, and I bought one. And I cover this in wood. And after I send a letter with L'Oréal, you know L'Oréal, and they send me 20 lipstick of the same color. I said, wow, it's the first time I make some partnership with a company, and it was very easy. And I decided to paint with that and make this painting. But lipstick, I think, it's never dry. Never. And the painting always sticky. And I have always some lipstick to cover it again because it's glue like that. It's something like that, but it's like the other one before. And this one, it's two art piece that we didn't know in which way you go. It's not painting or sculpture already done, but it's something in process. At that time too, I decided to begin to work about the representation of my word, and this was I wanted to make an image of the rain. Pluie, it's rain in France, and pluie, and I decided to make the pluie like that, the rain like that, like drawings. But at one moment, I decided to be the rain, and I draw and I fall down like the rain. And it's at that moment I imagine that the rain don't fall down directly, but like they do a spiral. And it's real, they do a spiral, all the rain. And after I did this painting, it was and it was like something like I do a story in my painting, and it's like I did in the lipstick or the moon. It's like a story, the beginning of a story. Always like that in my painting is a beginning of something, and we never stop. After that, in a little bit later, because I did a lot, I work a lot, and I began some homeopathic painting. It was a moment where, because I do so much things, a lot of different things, I wanted to concentrate it to show that it's not like anarchist, but it's more about all my mind. And I decided to make homeopathic painting where I draw all what I did during 1 year. And every year I did this painting. And this painting was, it was in 1991. I did you see some plastic, and I did a project inside of, you see a soap here? Did you see a soap here? A small soap here? And because I wanted to make, because of, I move every time. I didn't want to be focused on one thing. I want to be free every time. I'm very involved in this way. I decided to make my self-portrait, and to do my self-portrait. I wanted to be like a soap in the bath. When you put the soap, they slip. Okay, but to be the biggest slipper, on peut dire ça? Slipper in the world. I wanted to make the biggest soap in the world. The biggest soap in the world. And it was this soap. It's I did that in 1991. It was to do that. This soap, it's 22 tons of soap. Okay, real soap from Marseille, and it's made 100% biodegradable, and it's a soap made by a company, and I decided to make a partnership with the company, okay? And I called some company, and one day, a company, I had 29 years old or something like that. We didn't spoke about money, something like that in art at this moment. It was more about, it's not so easy. And I decided to make this partnership. And they offered me to make the link between all the place of this company, like it's inside communication of the company. And they offered me 22 episodes, but I had to make a communication for them. Okay, and during 4 years after, I decided to make a tour of the soap in all over Europe, and it was a great moment of experiments for me, because it's there is a truck. You see the truck here. The soap is in mold in a truck, and it's 22 tons. It's huge, and I have a partnership with the company of soap, with the supermarket in France, in Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, and Spain, and it was a big tour like that, and. At each time, there is a very small communication all around the shops, and there is always 50, 60% who wait for the soap. And when this arrives, I say, "Oh, what is that?" Because they thought about a very beautiful luxe beauté, you see. And it was a big soap, but mold in a truck. And for me, it's a moment important, because I think that there is a shift between the image and the reality, the image and the materiality, and the image of the soap and the real soap. And at that time, I decided to begin some action with all the prototype, all the things in my mind. After that, is it okay now? Okay. After that, I did in 1995 a supermarket, but my name is Hyber. It's very easy, Hyber Market. And this Hyber Market, I did a company at this moment in 1994. I created a company of production for art. Its name is UR, Unlimited Responsibility, because I thought that the artist he has a responsibility unlimited. Okay, we are not to be protected. We are involved in our life, and we have to take care about that for all over. And in this supermarket, I was teaching. I teach in in University of Hamburg and Lüneburg at that moment in 1994, and with my student to make the list of all the objects drawn in my painting, like in homeopathic painting and all of that. And we make a list of 4,000 different objects. And after we try to find the object in production to put that in the museum, because this show, it was in the museum in Modena in Paris in 1995, January. And it's during four weeks, the object arrives, and after, in 1 week, they have to be sold. And we transform the museum in a supermarket, but without pre-value. What you say, pre-value artistic? I don't know. Oh yeah. And it was a great big, and I don't know if I saw, no, not on this image, but you see, when I decided to make this supermarket with all these objects, one of my collectors, he was inventor of supermarket, and I asked him, what is the best place to sell on a supermarket? And he told me that it's before the belly. It's just beside, and it's the best place to sell something. And I said, okay, table. And I did 200 different tables, and after that, I decided to, when I put the object on the table, I decided to draw under the table the origin of the drawings, of the object up there. And it's always like that. I try to find the origin of everything. Okay. It was a strong moment too. And after, in 1997, I had the French pavilion in Venice Biennale, and the French pavilion, I think you know, everybody knows the Venice Biennale, and it's a place where there is a lot of pavilion, and this pavilion is for each country, and when the pavilion is a pavilion of you show something, and I decided not to show but to produce something, and in that pavilion I decided to produce a TV program. And with very public. It was all the 3 rooms, the 4 rooms of the pavilion, was a place where there is a broadcast network, a diffusion place, decor, a lot of very active place with my team, with the invited person. I invite 500 different persons there, and at the same time, there is a public, and it was a very big mixture of everything. It was a very strong moment for me, and it was the beginning of the reality show. You know, it was a little bit before, and it was a moment important. And after that, I did a lot of different programs for TV, like MTV, Spiral TV at Tokyo. A lot of programs in different places, and. In this image, you can see there is you saw me, younger here, okay? And every day there is the first moment, the first hour was with the School of Venice. And every morning there is a School of Venice who came into the French pavilion to have something to share about art, painting, drawing, something. And we did every day something. And every day, the French pavilion, I invited another artist for another pavilion too. And it was very mixed like that. I say that because I'm very involved since that to make the transmission for my work. There is a lot of school who came from my place and everything since that time. Another things, it's very, there is a lot of other things, but this object, it was a triple balance. It's a balance where you make some, you want to sell something, you have to put something, you have to have the weight of this, and you make the measurement of this. And with that, I decided to have the possibility to have another possibility. You have to choose between 1 and 0, but you have perhaps gray. And it's why I decided to make this object. And this object, it's more about equilibrium, better than measure. Okay. It was one of the objects. The name is POF, Prototype of Functional Object, and it's object I draw in my painting or my drawings, and I decided to produce it, to do it and to test it in the exhibition. And it's one of the other way to make art too, to make the link with the people, and to imagine that the people can have it themselves, and they can build it already. This is another things I did for some years, because after, when I did a lot of things in shows everywhere, I say, well, what can we do more to be out of what is that? To be out of the museum or art scene, and I wanted to be in the city, or to do something else. I did a lot of projects different. I did some cabaret. I did a lot of things, and this one was a rally. Rally, you know what is it? Rally? It's you do that probably every weekend here, no? And it was a rally in Tokyo, and it was in with Watarium. Watarium is a museum, private museum in Tokyo. It's built in the 90s, beginning of 90s, with a collection of Warhol, Beuys, and more. A lot of very beautiful collection. And they invite me very regularly to make something with them, and I decided to make a rally with them, and to at the same time to make an advertisement for the first mobile phone with photography. It was in 2001. You imagine? And here there was no internet at that time on the phone, and it was a great moment. We did a lot of things there. And after that, I decided to make some other rally, and this one was in La Réunion, with this POF, with the two cars like that, because when I saw a car, it's something you can the car bring with it all the dust, all the garbage, everything. But after the garbage go back up, and it's an object that we can think about the pollution, the responsibility you have. It was one of the things. After that, it was another painting, homeopathic painting, is avant réel. It's before the reality. I put these drawings because of the origin too. And this is in. I showed that in the first time in Pasteur Institute in Paris, because at that time I decided, like, you know, I didn't say that, but before I did a lot of things with companies, I do a lot of things with partnership. I make some advertisement, a lot of marketing for them, and since then I didn't stop. And at that time, in 2010, 2009, I decided to work with scientists. I came from mathematics. I know a lot of things about that, and we can have the same language sometimes, and it's easy for me to share something with them. And I decided at that time to show in Pasteur Institute. You know the Pasteur Institute, yes, and to show them that there is art, and there is artists who have the same way to live or to think the life than them, because scientists, high-level scientists, they want to know everything is possible. You see, like artists, everything is possible, and it's good to do something with them. And I did a lot of things with them. It was for a new building, for François Jacob building. It's François Jacob, you know him. He invents the ARN. Voilà. Yes. And and we did this. I offered this huge ceramic and porcelain wall with of 20 meters high and a very big things. And it was things that it looked like the things where the researcher draw and something like that. But at the same time, it's a painting, and make the link between painter and scientist. Another homeopathic painting. It was in 2000. 12, I did this. It is the last painting, this one. The last homeopathic, not the last painting, the last homeopathic painting. I did that because I wanted to share a project I began some years ago, some years before. It was because in the valley where I was born, I decided to, when I did the biggest shop in the world, I decided to buy the land where I saw when I was young. Because I wanted to protect this land with industrial agriculture. And because in this land, I discover a lot of things, water, everything move, the seed, everything, and the clay, everything. And I wanted to protect that, and I decided to buy this. And after, I with my father, we decided to make a forest. And not a simple forest where you plant, but I seed a forest. I decided to seed a forest with all the seed. And now it's 100 hectares, and it's not so big, but not so bad. And it's a forest now. It's like that, you know. You know. And you can come when you want. And and I decided to. At that time, in 2012, I decided to share this because during 15 years, I didn't spoke about that because I was not sure about that, and it was the beginning. It's grow a little bit. I make some communication, but out of middle of art, more about agriculture area or something. And I did this painting about this idea that a tree is a real humanity, you see, and with these things. And there is a lot of things around it. In this painting, there is, in homeopathic painting, there is a lot of different things. Yeah, there is the lipstick, there is some puff, there is also, because I did a school at that time, a school between art and companies. The name is Réalisateur, it still exists. And all these things, it's glue on it, and at the end, I do drawings. After that, I decided to do another sort of work. The name is paysage biographique, biographic landscape. It's something you can, from left to right, pardon, excuse me. And I decided to draw. This one is my landscape, and from where I was born until now. And I decided to make a landscape, but a mind landscape of my life, and it's what after that there is a lot of objects, a lot of things inside, and it's looked like the valley where I was born, and I said, whoa. And every time I do such a thing now, it's good to understand that you can make a meta landscape of your life. You have your landscape, you are the place where you live, but you have at the same time the time you live, and you can transform the landscape with that, okay? And it was, now I did a lot. I will show you later a little bit more. And I don't know what I put this one here, but it's okay. And this one, it's a long painting. I do a lot of drawings like that, and in my studio, I have a lot of different studio, and I put painting canvas, and I draw. I walk, I draw, and I did a lot of, and it's grow, everything grow at the same time. It's my way to work, and there is a lot of different level in each painting, and this one it's a painting where you saw the black and white. It's olive tree at the back, you see, black and white with a lot of coin, something like a cell on there. It's between coin and cell. It's because I work with Pasteur Institute and Harvard in Boston too, because I'm very involved in the stem cells, you know, cell souche, and yeah, I work a lot with image of that, and I wanted to make a parallel, an analogy between the money and the cell and the stem cells, and there is similarity. And on the cover painting, it was a apple tree, but the apple when it fall cherry. You see, you can Why not? But because in the time where they fall down, it should be, you don't know what is. Okay? There is this, it's not a real landscape, it's a landscape of where you think about it. It's like the car you are with the two, avant, comment on dit avant? The front, the two front of the car, it's something it's look like something you know, but it's something different, and you have to explain that. And I think art is something like that. And for me, it's important to have always this possibility for the people to know about art, to open a new image, open a new door, open a new window to another mind. Okay. This one was another thing. It was a biographic landscape of the Valais. The Valais. This is the Valais, and the landscape of the Valais. In that painting, it's the Valais here. You see the Valais, but the Valais made from the beginning. There was no tree. It was a Valais with no tree. Some tree somewhere, but not very small. And after, when I grow the Valais, when the forest grows, it's become something you didn't know what is at the back. And it's like a screen. They make a screen of the story. And in that painting, there is at the same time this idea that there is a tree. It's blue. They are blue like that, because I think there is it's a power of water. This tree, all the tree like that. And now I work since that painting. I work a little bit with astrophysician, and with this idea that there is a link of water between a lot of places all over the universe. Okay. Voilà. This is the Valais. The Valais it's begun in 1991 really, and you see this place is the place where I drew the moon when I had 19 years old or 20 years old. And it's a place now, there is a lot of trees. It's often green like that. And there is a lot of water. And there is this valley, now I decided to make the forest in the valley to don't do something commercial, because there is a lot of commercial forest. I decided to don't do commercial forest, but now there is wood, fruits, animals. It becomes something like a micro economy that began something very new, and for me, and it's good to show that this way to think is more about something very for a long time. It took a long time, and probably the economy of the valley should take a long time, but it's grow again and again. And now it's a real model for all over my neighborhood, and we began to share something together. This painting, it's a painting about how I see the forest. You see, there is when you have a seed, you know what is a seed? Yes, a seed. It should be a noyau, comment on dit un noyau? Nodule from a fruit, stone, yeah. And there is a lot of different sort of seed. When you put that in a pot, there is a roots, and after up, and they begin to grow like that. We do the two things: water, air, sun, and minerals. And animals too, and mushroom, and they begin in the pot. And after, when you take off and you put that in the earth, the first root doesn't exist anymore. You cut it a little bit, and after they have to recover their own biotope, and it took 2 years more to rebuild their own things. And when you plant a forest, a tree, it's something less. If you try, when you go to the forest, when you go to see oak, I don't know if there is oak tree here. Yeah, yes, not so much, no. when you come in my place, and when you see some tree grow naturally, try to take it off. It's crazy because it's very strong. But with the tree, when you plant the tree, it's very easy to take it off. And it's a problem. Probably one of the reasons why there is a lot of fire in the forest now. Okay. And at that moment, all the forest in my valley was seed. Now we grow a little bit more. I bought some more lands to have a thing, but I have to explain that after. This one was one moment in 2016. I tried to invite person to visit the valley because the trees go up, and it's a moment you can share something. And the biggest soap in the world, I asked to Hans-Walter Müller to make a bubble, the bubble for the soap, okay, normal. And he did that. It was a very good thing, but after 1 year, it break. Because of the hunter, they break it. And after, okay, I say, don't be afraid. I decided to do something else. And but at that moment, I decided really to begin to have the idea to open the valley and to show all my work in the valley, because I'm like a squirrel. You see, I keep everything in my place. You know that, and everything. I have a collection of 12,000 different art pieces from me and other friends, and I want to show it. This valley, there is in 15 years they changed from that to that. See, and this is the center of the valley, with a lot of different place where there is the collection, the residency, houses, guardian, and there is. It was a farm, 3 farms. Now it's 1 farm. And it begins to be a place where I invite a lot of persons from overseas, like artists, writers, and everything. And I try to share that, and to have a place where we can see art. But not only for human, but for sheep too. Because I have a sheep. My father invented a sort of sheep. The name is mouton vendéen. And this sheep, I keep the base of this sheep, and I paint with them sometimes. And they are inside of all my studio, and I can paint with them the story of things, and it was a great moment because we make some very good moment. And after, it was in 1921 or 22, I think, and the Fondation Cartier asked me to make a show, and I decided to make a big show about the valley, and to be more powerful in this area, in this sense. And I showed that the valley. And this one was you see a preo. I don't know what the name is here. There is no name. A place where it's open, but it's covered. You see outside. It's very efficient in West France. There is a lot because there is sometimes it's not so cold but rainy. Cold but rainy. You be covered. It's so cool. And during the winter you can put the lemon tree under. It's grow. It's okay. And it's placed like it's in between the construction, the building, and the countryside. And I wanted to do that, and this one has the green roof, like you see the green roof there. You see, and well, yeah, okay, up, and I decided to transform the Fondation Cartier into a school, because for me, when I saw art, it's something I learned something. And it's the best way to learn new way of thinking, new behavior, and it's always open. And I try to show that all the art piece is something you teach something, you learn and teach something. And the school, it's really a strong moment. There is 400 visitors, young visitors, who came to the valley and came to the show to make some course and to make some event in all the 6 months of the show. And since that, but I began before, but it was at that time I decided really to make some more school in the valley. Now it's grow a little bit. There is other place like that. It's this one. It's the reborn. It's like a skeleton with earth, and there is seed inside, and it's grow again. There is this painting. It's I can show you a lot of painting, but I stop here. The last one, and this painting is about all my my hero. You know, when I sometimes I try to understand what can I share with the other one, and for example, I like to make a present. Sometimes I'm a Father Christmas, you see, and I draw Father Christmas. I like to drive. I am bibendum, you see. I like to. I'm like a sponge sometimes because a lot of things arrive, and I want to absorb all the things. I'm sponge man, you see. There is a lot of hero like that, but not only my hero, but your hero too. And it's all this hero. It's like a scene where you can. I try to find a way to how to explain this exchange between you and me. It's already something like that. And I have I did some advertisements. I did some small ties-in for opera for that. I don't know where I go with that, but it's the things. I will do a show in Shanghai next April, and there is a place where there is 30 different heroes. This one is a drawing of the valley. Near the last one. What can I write? How can I? No, there is a. Alors. Voilà. Alors. This is the place where I live. This one. Okay. I live here. It's a huge place where there is a house and a lot of studio around. There is 7 different studios. I work there, and it's inside the city. The name is Mareuil. It's a very small city, and there is a big garden at the back and a wall of 600 meters long. And I began a drawings on the wall because I really want to share what I did. Okay, because I want to share, to open the place and to show that for all my neighborhood. Okay. This one of the things, and this is the hall here, you see? The hall it's something that at the beginning it was a place where they sell fishes, and not sell fish. and it's a place where there is near 200 different vitraux. Comment on dit vitraux là? Stain. Absolutely. Absolument. And this place, I draw all I will draw. It's now. I just signed the last week. I will draw all the things and transform that with a restaurant. You can eat all the things where it's grow in the valley. Okay, but very for everybody. Okay, it's one of the projects. There is the valley. The valley is here after, and there is a residency, my collection. There is a place for the drawings too. There is 100 hectares here, and there is a garden there, a big garden. It's I built a garden where you can have a interactive moment where you can get you back your garbage in the net. Okay. And the name is Binus, and it will be built for 2027. This one, And it's a big project I'll do with Beaubourg, Saint-Georges Pompidou. And Georges Pompidou will take care about the Valais until the beginning of 2026, until 2031. Okay? They take care of all the things of the place, the collection, everything, the public, the school, everything. And there is, you see the church there? The church is the other city, the name is Château Guibert. And this church, it was an old church, not so old, it's from the 19th century. And the roof was a little bit break, and they didn't know how to do with that, and they asked me to, what can we do? And I say, I know what we can do, and I offered them an art piece forever. Inside of I drew a forest, a big forest, and they can restore the church to do that, and they keep that. Okay, and it's a place there is a very strong voice, very reverberation, and it's this place. It should be a place where you can hear some voice. Okay, it's one of the objects. And you see, there is. I try to. There is other thing, and there is the thing. I invent some artists to do something. There is a share. The name is Under the Landscape, and even some anthropologue, philosopher, scientists about the idea of what is a landscape. Where do the landscape come from? It should be an action, a politics, economic. It depends. And I want to have a lot of podcasts and video and text about that. This idea of where do the landscape come from. Okay. Voilà.
Allons-y. Alors nous sommes dans l'église Notre-Dame de la Nativité à Château-Guibert. C'est une église du 19e siècle, fin 19e, qui doit être restaurée. Et c'est une église qui a un très beau son, parce que le volume fabrique ce son-là. Et en fait, ce son-là, ça va être un lieu où on pourra écouter des voix du monde entier. Et des voix aussi locales, avec des gens qui pourront, des chorales locales qui pourront faire des performances ici. Et en fait, pour ce faire, j'ai décidé de faire en sorte qu'il y ait un écrin, une grande fresque du sol au mur, au plafond, avec les branches, parce que ça sera une forêt imaginaire, et les branches, le bout des branches, ce sera les étoiles qui éclaireront les sièges que je vais entièrement créer et confectionner pour écouter le fameux son de Château-Guibert. Voilà.
Voilà. And this is a small advertisement for the people who work for administration more to understand what we can do with that, and it's very simple things. I thought that it was right in English, but not this one. I don't know. And I explained that I transformed this with the sound with a forest, and it should be a place where you can hear some sound, but it's still a church to 2 mass a year. And there is now a lot of a conversation with the Vatican. Alors, this is voilà. So this is a hall, les halles dont I spoke earlier. It was very simple things from the beginning of the 20th century, and it should be all totally transformed with the glass. And for that I invent a sort of painting on glass. I paint with glass on glass. It's cook, and I did a lot of things with that, and I did that for Vuitton Foundation in Venice last year, and it was I think it should be. I want to have in the city. It was in that place. It was very hot in the summer and very rainy in the winter, and I want to have a very beautiful drawing building, like a bijou, you see. And I want to do that, and I asked for the bâtiment de France. What do you say? Building, yes. But the idea to make something more historical, and because there is a big church in these things, very old one, Romanian church, and it's difficult to do something. I ask them, they say yes. okay, and I will do, and I'm very happy that I can do such a thing. And at the same time, I continue my artwork, okay, and it was in 2023, and since a long time already, I try to find the way to show what is under the ground, because we have the roots, we have the animals, the mushrooms, the small. Because I work a lot with. At the same time, in 2001, I did a book about all the living things, monocellulaire living things. I work with scientists. I did some books about that, and I want to know more about the archaic, sort of monocellulaire. And je sais pas comment dire en anglais. And I wanted to show that. And this painting, it's a huge painting. It's difficult but because I use my show normally to understand, to begin a new research. And it's a long drawings. I explain all what I thought about the underground, with the sound, with there's no view, no image, no light, very powerful. This painting is made by oil, pigment, and crude oil too, and charcoal and coal. It was a big thing like that. And I show that because it was just some months before I came here in 2023, and I was in the north with Gunnar, and I was invited that and to make a show with Helgi's place, and I decided to make to understand what is the origin, what I feel about the origin of what is here, and I make a lot of drawings on canvas, and I spoke about this idea of an island with we saw this? Ah, no. With the island is like a head of a baby head, with underground we don't know, with all the stone. It should be the stone in the landscape. It should be head perhaps, and there is grass at the back, and there is with my drawings I try to find all what is around this. Okay, and voilà. This another painting. It's this tree. There is tree here, and they are sometimes small. They grow very deeply, strong. Very. It's not like they don't have 20 meters in 10 years. Huh? They are small, but they are very deep, and I don't know what is under that. And I dream about that, and I want to have to know about more. Perhaps the forest of Iceland is underground. We don't know, and it's why not? And I did this, a lot of different drawings like that, a painting. It's this painting about the sun in the summer, you see. I did a lot of drawings when I was very young about the midnight sun, because I dream about that. And when I was there, it was great, you see. And I wanted to show that in a drawings, and these drawings can be shown that. And this painting, it's here, this collection of here in the museum upstairs, and it's a painting. It's about the idea of there is something underground. There is a lot of things who pass there, a lot of memory. It's like a theater, but underground theater. The forest, it's under that. It's a dream of all this, of all the person who live here, to have these growing things, and they are in something like protect. It's protect like a big boat, you see. It's a mix of a lot of different things inside in that painting, and it's like a story, a myth, invent a mythology here too, with the angel on the top, with a lot of person on the, like a theater, yes. And and when I did that, I remember that there is something when I did some ski when I was young, the snow, when it's very strong, it's burning. You see, burn your skin. And it's the title of this painting is The Burning Snow. Because I think it's a paradox between the cold and the fire, and I think there is something like that here. But it's offered. It's something like, I just offered some image. That's all. This drawings after that travel, I did a lot of objects. This one, tac, merde. I tried to find another way to make because it's always like that, it's all the tree of the world. You see different tree, high tree and tree from Iceland, you see? And this I like this object, I did a lot of things like that. It's object at first to make, when a child born in Vendée, it was a clay, clay, it was red clay, and we put wine inside, old wine, and you put that on the earth, and when he wants, he can have this wine to make a party for 20 years old or for something like that, and this grew like that. And I decided with the person who make these things to make some painting and to use that to make a story. There is other. This one, it's one of the things. It's a test, but a real test. It was in a garden in Nantes. Now it's a woodman of 6 meters high, made of wood of the valley. You cut because with the wind, there is a lot of wood to fall down, and we pick up the wood and we make some slides, and we have this big green man. Not green man, but it will come big green, and it tests that. There is I didn't show before one of my important sculpture. It was a green man, half of my size, and there is water who goes through each hole of the body. Okay, and this one it's very high, and there is water who go out from, and it's the wood can be transformed a little bit. They become pourri, comme on dit pourri, and yeah, and there is clay who come here, and there is lichen, there is mousse, there is a lot of plants who grow on it, and it should be a transformation. It's like the lipstick, it's like the old crude oil, it's like a lot of work of me like that. It's in transformation. And this one, it's a test because I want to for the garden I show you with the Venus, and it should be the way to arroser, je sais plus comment on dit. To water, yeah, to the garden with the green man, okay, from the wood of the valley. This one, it's another thing I did just 2 weeks ago. This painting is a painting of a forest, of an idea of a forest with the roots and line at right, and just shadows at left. And beside of this painting, there is another image I want to show you, and it's very important to have it. It's to the valley where I was born, and I draw my first time my big drawings of the moon when I had 19 years old, and I was drawing here under the big oak, and I see the forest all around this place, and there is a sound very beautiful in this place. But at the same time, it's a place where they're accustomed to buy some salt 1,000 years ago, and there is a lot of shadow, a lot of souvenir, a lot of echo, and it's a porosity inside of this river that I like very much, and I was very inspired by this place. It's very clear. And this is a drawing because I try for the moment to share this valley, and because I thought when I decided to make the valley in Vendée that the best way to show a work, to open a window, to open a door for artists, to have a place, and it's the moment that there is a lot of things in museum, a lot of things in collection. There is a lot of window open, but now we pass the moment where we need place where you can go in immersion of a way of thinking. And I decided when I did the forest in the end of the 90s to make the valley a center of my not only my body but of my mind. Okay, and I thought that it's time to make all this place for artists all over the world. It already exists. There is like Facteur Cheval, like Giverny, like James Turrell, like perhaps Tinguely, Niki Saint-Phal, and probably a lot here, but we don't know. Perhaps I don't know. And we are. It's a moment to make the link with all these things, and it's another step of what I thought that art should be the best way to live. Voilà.
Just shadows at left. And beside of this painting,
Merde, je sais pas comment on fait. Comment on fait?
another image I want to show you.
Thank you very much, Fabrice. This was excellent. Such an inspiration. Thank you. We have a couple of minutes, to have some Q&A. Please raise your hand, and I have the microphone just so we can capture it on the video, because we want to share this online later. So please, welcome to ask if you're curious about anything.
Nothing. It's better. I say everything.
Okay, you want me to start?
To stop? No.
I think there's a lot of questions there. My first one is maybe very complex, but give us the easy version. I mean, what is the role of the artist in your eyes? What is your purpose? I mean, you seem to have such an engagement with so many things, and I wonder where you see yourself. What's your role?
I thought it was clear. No, for me, the artists they engage their life to show another way of thinking, another way of live to the other one, and there is a lot of possibility, and I think it's one of the steps. Yeah.
But you don't seem to be working in a what do you say, in a
drama?
contrast. You're not contrasting the everyday. You're more sort of like infiltrating it or assimilating to it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not something. It's not a drama. It's not a tragedy. It's more about a pleasure. And I want to share. I want to be sure that all the people can be much aussi heureux que moi. Was happy than me. I want that, and it's why I try to find a way to show them that it's possible to do them there. So, for example, for the children who came in the valley, for me it's important that they know, because it's okay. They can go to school to have some job, but there is perhaps other possibility. And the other possibility, we are in a country in Europe. We are a place where you invent your mind, your way of thinking. You invent your life, and it's good to show to the young person that what they think, what they dream, what they create, is the beginning of their life, and this. It's important to show it again, and I think there is different level to do that. There is at school, at museum, at art. There is a lot of things like that, creation, but not only creation, visual art. It should be music. It should be. There is a lot of possibility, and for the moment, I work with try to find the possibility to have more in school. To have more hours for art, because I think when you live, like for example in this room, this is a creation or something at what time? This something creation. This the color of this. It's something somebody created it at one moment. The door, the color, everything around you, it's creation. And when you know that, because after when you meet people who make this painting, who invent, he said, I remember when I was young, I loved to draw when I do, but why? Why they don't do more? Don't do the life with that. And I think it's one of the possibilities to have this way with mathematics, with French, with language, to understand with their own future. You see, I think it's okay.
Yes, it's okay. Yeah. Please join us. No, to me, it's also just such an eye-opener to have you talking about this idea of partnership. And as I say, you're not shooting down capitalists. You're just making friends with them, and you're relaxing and sort of utilizing the system as it is handed to you, and by infiltrating it, changing it, of course, in a certain sense. So it's a utopian idea in a way, but where do you see yourself heading with it? Is it like everybody should invent their own world like this, or do you see it on a grander scale, that you have a mission to where everybody should follow your ideal? Or
when I did that with the soap, with the lipstick, with a lot of other things, it was a moment that I thought that it's possible that everybody can do that. Okay, but there is people who don't like that, who don't like to go there. But in the company, you have it's not. In the 80s in France, I began by that. In the 80s in France, there is a lot of money from the French government to make art. You see, with Jacques Lang, and it was but I was very young. I didn't have this moment in my life. And when I arrive on the market, there is less money. I say, well, not me. And I decided to go where there is a possibility to produce something, to do something. And I met person from company, and in each company, of course, there is people we don't like, but there is people we don't like everywhere. But there is every company, there is person who are very involved in their job, in the mind, in the way they can work in the company, and you can share something with them, you can do something with them, and it's very easy. And after that, when I did the Ur company in 1994. It was a moment where we did a lot of things with companies like that. And after, to make another level, because after that there is a lot of all my team invent a team for production art, like Arter, Eval Baran, all these companies like that, they built a way to produce art. But it's not enough. And after that I decided to make a school. The name is Les Réalisateurs, where I make young artists with young students of management school or commerce school, and they are all together. They bring they build something together, and this it's not for everybody, but it's grow again. But they make some porosity between all these things, but I think it's good to make to do a school in between, and perhaps it's a moment because the school is very specialized, and to make school in between, it's a moment. Why not? And I can do that.
And how about the system? You seem to be going into systems like agriculture, and you're a farmer yourself now, and you're a teacher, and then you go into society, into these societal roles. But what about the art system? Have you got partnerships with the art system, or anticipating?
We have to invent the art system every day.
Okay.
And there is art system in the Renaissance. It's something at the 19th century. There is romantic. They are up in the building, and after there are financial artists. There is a lot of possibility, and for me there is it's not with the idea that I'm the only the alone. There is a lot of artists, and we have to be a lot, because there is always artists for every teams. You see, every biotope. There is a lot of different moments for artists, and it's for me it's important to be a lot. You see, I don't know if I answer. It's okay, but I do something else.
Gjør det så vel.
Thank you for your very inspiring introduction to your project. I would like to hear something about if you have been able to involve the community around your territory, the communes and the schools in the local community, or how you have been received by the local community?
I was born there. I know everybody. Okay, and this community is very Catholic, very engaged Catholic, but at the same time it's a place where they are against the Republican. C'est les Vendéens. And they are royalist. They was royalist less now, and they don't need France. They need to be in the world. They do a lot of things like there is a lot of companies. They do a lot of. They don't want to be in Paris. They want to be in New York, in Tokyo. They want this. Okay, and when I did such a project, my parents are communist, can you imagine, in this area. and my father, a little bit ecologist, anarchist, everything. And when he decided, I decided to make this forest, they say, oh, again, the family, Hyber family, it's crazy. But after some times, I explain to my neighbor what I do, always. I do, and very slowly, not with power, just to explain. And after some years, when they saw the tree growing, the people came, the press spoke about that, blah, blah, and it's become a place. And now people like to come to visit me. And they want to know more. Of course, there is some who are afraid and they are jealous a lot, but the life. But it exists really. And the school now, for the school there is 47 different city around, and there is 60 something different school, and it's a lot of. And I really want to share that with them. It's very important, and with the parents and everything. But I did that since 2017 now. Now it's a lot. Now there are 7 years more. It's begun. It's okay. But it's good to have a place where they know about art, you see. Because there is, not so far from my place, it's the name is La Guénéraudière. You don't know. It's a place where there is this company of, you know, freelance shoes, freelance, no name, Roturo, Spring Court. There is a lot of shoes, very important company of shoes. And it's a small city of 3,000 people. Everybody wear beautiful shoes. And you have the farmer wear beautiful shoes. It's crazy, you know? It's good. And it's why it's good to. And after they know how to speak about shoes. What else?
What else? That's
What
the
else?
question.
There is another one. Oh, yes.
This little thing here, you know,
Where? This one? The last one.
This
was
is the grand
one
finale.
of
The grand
both
finale.
my favorite. Voilà.
Thank you very much, Fabrice. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for coming.
Voilà.